Hello and welcome back to my Dragon Age Origins gameplay. Last time we were rescued by the Flamed Witch from the tower after we killed that giant darkspawn. And now we're in her hut in the Kokari Wilds again. Let's talk to Morgan.
You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
Were my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
I will go then.
I will stay and make something to eat.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm fine, I appreciate your concern.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
So why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark spawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
Of course not.
But we were fighting the Darkspawn. The king had nearly defeated them. Why would Loghain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
We should contact the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Kaelin already summoned them. They'll come if they can, but I expect Loghain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
Will you help us fight this Blight, Flamet?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Ciao.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Al-Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
Perhaps we could go to him then.
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Such determination. How intriguing.
I still don't know if Al-Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
Near the rest of the Grey Wardens.
I don't know how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
You have more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Take one step at a time. But it is not so bad to know where those steps will lead you, yes?
It's always been the Grey Warden's duty to stand against the Blight. And right now, we're the Grey Wardens.
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
We're going, old woman. Don't push us.
Such a tone to take with your rescuer. What short memories. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Thank you, but if Morgan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
Okay, something wrong with my camera. Just a second. Okay, I made my camera work again. I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
I have no problem with your presence if Alistair doesn't.
From the way he glares, I imagine that answer is clear.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I think we should just get underway.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Okay. Now we have some quests, and now we start to level up. Dexterity and 2 strength. You need no. The world map. And now we have a battle.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Sensed us.
I think this is the Mabari I helped cure back at Ostagar.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
If you like him, you can have him.
Me? I don't want a dog. I can barely take care of myself.
So many comments come to mind, I cannot even begin to choose.
At any rate, he must remember you helping him back at Ostagar. You're imprinted. Lucky you.
I suppose he might be handy. And we'll name him Striel. The Mamari is clever enough to speak and wise enough not to know, not to. Save.
As you say.
And nothing to get more. Be right back, going for a coffee. Continue forward. I'm back with my coffee.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
You're toll collectors then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Perhaps you should charge more then.
You want to pay more? Well, we'll happily accept donations.
No, but a caravan is following me. We're not gonna persuade him. I'm just saying it's rough business for such a pietas.
I could be mistaken, but that sounded threatening.
Sounded like a threat to me.
Interesting, because you seem a bit outnumbered.
It's hard to be outnumbered by common thugs.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
You can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
I am armed.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
Pick the wrong target.
Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
You follow my lead, I could use some soldiers.
What are you joking, right? I could never be a soldier.
Or you can die, your choice.
I'm not going down without a fight.
Hope that's okay.
And we have the bug. We can loot the corpses.
I shall do it.
Save as always.
Very well. As you say.
You need better equipment. This thing.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
You have been very quiet, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long, then.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
We should try and use those treaties, I assume.
I agree. Have you looked at them?
No, not yet.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where will we find the Dalish Elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
Where do we find our element?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
Where do we find the doors?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
Where will Login be exactly?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
Why are you living up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Al-Eamon is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Need something? I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here.
I'm not just an elf, I'm a Grey Warden.
Then you'd best clear out. We're loyal to the king here, and word from the north is the Wardens betrayed King Cailan. Tairn Loghain has a bounty on any who survived.
The Grey Wardens did no such thing.
That's not what the Tairn's bounty says. I don't have the steel to try you, but you may want to watch yourself around those who do.
I should go.
Don't let me stop you.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
I was looking for some news, actually.
You might find that, though it's probably just frightened gossip. We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Thanks for the
Best
warning.
of luck, wherever you might go.
Ah, look how they moan and wail and gnash their teeth. Sad to watch how helplessly they scurry about.
Okay, a lesser injury kit.
Ah, the Chantry board.
It is begun.
And we got a quest, bandits everywhere.
Yes, let us run errands for the betterment of...
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune.
You wouldn't dare.
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Get rid of the tiny part and I'll consider it.
Haha, I'm not the only one with some business sense.
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You want me to bid against him? We don't have that kind of coin.
Then it's time for you to go, isn't it?
You would actually do the bidding of this evil little man.
Absolutely, off you go.
Fine. May your heartlessness bring you exactly what you deserve.
A fine sentiment, if I've ever heard one.
You're so nice. I bet you make allies everywhere you go.
Ha! Serves that wench right. You have my thanks. And 100 silvers, yes?
And the discount.
Right, fair enough. But only you.
Let me see what you have then.
This way. And beware the urchins. They have grabby little hands.
Wine. Death root, stuff that I don't need. Okay, starter brav. Cool. Grey iron. Selling stuff that I don't need. Save.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Going inside the chantry.
There's word of darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us. Yes? Who might you be?
You can call me Aileen.
I am Sir Bryant, commander of Lothering's remaining Templars. You don't seem like the other refugees. Are you one of Arl Eamon's knights?
And if I were?
I'd tell you what I told the others. Nothing here will assist your quest. The urn of sacred ashes is a myth.
Well, I'm not one of his knights.
Then what might I do for you?
About those bandits outside the village.
Maker's breath, how many times must we drive them off?
They won't bother you again, I killed them.
All of them? By yourself?
It's true. I saw it from my post. It was over so fast, we didn't even have time to get over there.
Sad that it needed to come to that. But then they asked for it. Will you accept a small reward for your service?
I could keep an eye out for the trouble for the right pay.
I wish I could afford such help, to be truthful. Take your reward, at any rate. It is all I have to offer. If it interests you, there is a Chanter's board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I should go.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
If he were well? What do you mean?
The Arl is stricken with an illness that threatens his life. We have found no cure, either natural or magical.
When did this happen?
Only a few weeks ago, but he has declined quickly. No one knows the nature of the illness, and even magic has done little to slow its progress. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
Tell me more about this Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
I'd like to hear what you learn.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives.
Who is son Harry?
My fellow knight and traveling companion. He is delayed, though.
Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
Shouldn't you be fleeing the Darkspawn?
My mission takes priority. But I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
I was hoping to meet Orly man, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We need his help against Tern Logain.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Tern Logain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Tern has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Do you think Logain is involved with Arl's illness?
The Arl fell ill before the king died. But what if Logain planned that too? Oh, such thoughts do not sit well with me.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
I should go.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
And a new codex, the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
And when the Maker spoke,
New codex,
chant
the
of
Maker.
light scattered in the darkness.
You ever wonder if that's an accurate likeness of Andraste? Maybe she was ugly. Maybe she had buck teeth. How will we know?
Be forgiven.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world, then it finds down to the ears of the Maker.
So this is some kind of church.
Dedication and enduring perseverance.
And then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then shall the chant of light make it...
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
I have nothing to offer.
I understand. Not all are wealthy enough to spare even a few coins for the Maker's favor. What can I do for you then?
Nothing of importance.
Farewell to you then, my son.
Let all repent of light. Only the word dispels the darkness.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts. Please, you're scaring the... Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This man bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Ignoring people I know I intend.
Darkspawn will feast on our flesh! Everyone will die!
As you say. It is begun.
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who...
So Terran Logain is the new regent? Isn't that a good thing?
I heard that he may have had something to do with the king's death.
But I thought Darkspawn killed the king.
Well, look what we have here, men. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen one.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
I don't need your help. Please stand back.
You don't need my protection, but these men will blindly follow their master's command even unto death.
I am not the blind one. I served at Ostagar, where the Turn saved us from the Grey Warden's treachery. I serve him gladly. Enough talk! Take the Warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right. Let's make this quick.
All right, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
I don't want them reporting to Logain.
Please wait!
They have surrendered. They were no match for you. Let them be.
They were going to kill us.
But they failed. And I do not wish death on anyone.
But I do.
You force our hands! I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
I appreciate what you try to do.
And I know that you did what you had to. I do wish they had backed down, however. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
What does that mean?
I joined the Chantry to live a life of religious contemplation. But I am no priest, not even an initiate.
You can call me Alan if you must.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
I will need help, that's true.
That, and the Maker wants me to go with you.
Right, I believe this is where I back away slowly.
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
I need more than prayers, I'm afraid.
I can fight. I can do more than fight. As I said, I was not always a lay sister. I put aside that life when I came here. But now, if it is the Maker's will, I will take it up again. Gladly. Please let me help you.
If you feel sorry for the people, help them here.
Then what? What happens when the Hold comes? It will follow anywhere we flee until all we know is destroyed.
And join me if you would fight them.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Oh, blast it. Yes.
Indeed.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about. I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
Why should I help you?
The Blackstone Irregulars fought alongside the King's army against Orlais. We've helped nobles defend their land and given our service to people in need for generations. Our current captain, Raelnor, is an honorable man who sees that we can do some good in Ferelden once more. He is so confident in our mission that he trusted the Grey Wardens would support us.
I'm not interested.
I understand. If you change your mind, come to any Blackstone Irregulars post and check for letters addressed to you.
You hear about food? Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
You're out of food? selling stuff.
It is begun.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday?
Cliff. He talked to everyone in the tavern.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
You think I'm a refuge?
You look better armed than most refugees that come through. Not implying you're a deserter or the like. I'll trust you can take care of yourself.
What's going on here?
Ever since good King Kalen passed, refugees and soldiers have been passing through. I'm the elder here, and I've my hands full making sure refugees don't turn to petty theft, or worse. Sir Bryant at the Chantry is seeing to matters of defence and such. He'd have more of an ear for your type. Too much to do, and not enough time.
You need
Don't
a
suppose
help.
you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
You know a bit about herbalism?
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here. Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
I didn't need them. Here you go.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
Ta, 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 ta.
I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never...
Marade starit, marade twasit.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
As you say.
Save.
Enemies approaching!
It is begun. I shall do it.
We're killing the bandits from the Chanter's board. The quest bandits everywhere. Oh, blood mage.
Very well.
Kill blood mage, there I can look.
Away with you, foul creatures! Leave us a...
Okay, we have a crash. Sorry for this, we have a crash. The game just crashed.
It shall be done.
Away with you, foul creatures! Leave us alone!
Okay, a crash again. Why does it crash? I don't know.
Away with you, foul creatures! Leave us alone!
Why does it crash always? Man, what's the problem?
Very well.
Away with you, foul creatures! Leave us alone! Grab some Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
Name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
It's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to come along.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer. There may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
I shall do it.
Okay, we done this bridge. Let's go find more bandits. New armor. Save, and I suppose Eldering Enchanted Bird. Be right back. Back. explore more.
Yes?
Watch out!
Begun. I shall
James
do.
Gardner. What's next? Snakes. Let's see if I can make something. And the quest is done, and we're going back to the Chanter's board. Maybe we get 1 gold for what we've done. Walking.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers.
Yeah, here. 3 gold, wow. That's a lot of gold. Let's see other quests. And bears attack, let's keep safe. On behalf of the Thad, the farmer, and his departed son, I inscribe this missive. As the Maker is my witness, I charge all those with knowledge of arms and armor to brave the danger of the northern wood, to find the family of bears that mauled and killed the boy Ethan, for their abomination in the Maker's sight, and their hideous hides would prove great comfort to the northern farms and solace for Thade's family. As a chanter for lothering, I do pledge summon 1 sovereign to whoever carries out this. The Maker's will exercise caution first and foremost. May his light be bathed us all. Thanks to all the villagers who opened their barns and crafts to the refugees in the dark times. The Chantry regularly hears praises from our visitors, and your virtuous deeds are mentioned in our prayer. Sadly, there is a lone boy in the village whose mother, good wife Sarah, is missing. She has been missing for the better part of a week as of this writing. She is presumed dead. May the Maker bless her passing. She was a lady of middle age with red hair and fond of a green coat. If traveler or residents come across her in the wild, present her body or the effects on her remains. In later years, the boy will be thankful to have such keepsakes to remember his brave mother by. The office of the chanter will compensate this kindness with a sum of 50 silvers. May the Maker turn his gaze upon us all. 2 quests.
Mother, where are you?
You're here about food. Take it up with that I got other gear to sell.
Show me what you got. She has no boots. So we're gonna cut this.
You're here about food. I got other gear to sell.
Know any well-paying work in lothering?
Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. No, don't suppose you know anything about poison?
I have dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Any idea where I could get ingredients?
There's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster. I don't really know what you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
Farewell.
You think the Canary killed
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
75 silver. Not bad.
What's to be done? What can we do?
Okay, that's a lot of wood.
You force our hand. It's your time to die.
Don't like the fact that I died.
What do you need? Ask away.
So you said this Ahriman raised you?
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfels. A whole pack of them, in fact.
That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
Slobbering dogs, I see.
Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on a cold, hard ground, isn't it?
Is this going
You have
somewhere?
no sense of humor, you know that. Fine, fine. Have it your way. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Ahriman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
He wasn't your father, so you know who he is?
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Ahriman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Wasn't it inappropriate for an Ar to raise orphan?
Probably. It was just a kindness he did to a woman who had served him anyway. I didn't sleep on silk sheets in the keep or anything. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
You were young.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
We have an injury, cracked skull.
Have a care where your eyes linger, Alistair.
Yes, well, don't worry. It's not what...
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day.
One quest down, one to go. just updated. Return to the center. 3 bars, that's all. I'm disappointed. Walking, walking, walking.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
And I leveled up. And Alistair as well. What should we get? While this mode is active, the caster edits an aura of weakness, hindering nearby enemies with passive penalty to attack in defense unless the opponent passes physical resistance check. They also suffer a penalty to movement speed. We're gonna go with heal. You, Alistair, you get 1 constitution and 2 strength. For the power, of course. Let's see, loading map, journal. I suppose we've done all there is to do in loading. So, off to the main road. I guess this is a party member we can add to our party, but I don't want him. Still, let's talk to him. Stan.
You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace.
What are you?
A prisoner. I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
The revered mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
It is, as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
Kunari?
If you haven't heard of us, that is your own shortcoming. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
What did you do to end up in here?
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
Are you guilty?
Are you asking if I feel guilt or if I am responsible for the deed? However I feel, whatever I've done, my life is forfeit now.
If you feel guilty about the murder, why did you do it?
Either you have an enviable memory or a pitiable life to know nothing of regret.
Capturing you must have been difficult.
There is no difficulty in capturing prey that surrenders.
Why did you murder?
The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children.
How long have you been in here?
20 days now. I shouldn't last much longer, another week at most.
It's a long time to live without food and water.
Compared to your kind, maybe.
I'll leave you alone then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
A quest. You agreed to speak to the Redeer Mother to see if you can get Stan released.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
Is there something I can do for you, then?
I want to talk about Stan, the Qunari you imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
What did he do?
He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Qunari gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Qunari just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them.
What would make him do such a thing?
He would not say, though he acknowledged his guilt. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Qunari is a danger.
If this causes an incident with his people?
The Maker demands justice, regardless of his race.
Is there any way I can convince you to release him?
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I've come to return him to his people.
That seems highly unlikely. Do you have any sort of papers to corroborate your story?
I have no time for this. Give me the keys to the cage now.
Now we threaten priests. How fun!
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get out of hand here.
What is the meaning of this? You would threaten me with violence?
Your Reverence, please. We are on an important mission. Let us take the Qunari off your hands. I beg you.
I see. And if not, I am to be assaulted. Is this what we have come to?
No, Your Reverence. I will not allow that to happen.
I have more important matters to concern me. Here, take the key to the creature's cage and begone. Do not return.
Morgan approves, and Alistair disproved. 13 points. That's a lot of points. Blah 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 blah. Walking and walking.
They say your mother is Flemeth, a witch of the Kokari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right, and they are right in this.
You know the stories about
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them till they were spent, then killing them. No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No, you don't. You really don't.
You wish something more of me?
I could end it for you I could end it for you now if you prefer.
My preference is death in battle. Failing that, I will wait for the Darkspawn.
I have the key to open your cage.
I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
Does it matter? You can be free.
Perhaps we have different ideas of freedom.
Whatever you think, you still be free.
And once I am free, you expect me to go with you.
If you're willing to come with me.
What are you doing that requires help?
I'm a Grey Warden, sworn to defend against the Blight.
You are a Grey Warden. Even in the far north, we have heard the legends of their strength and skill. But I suppose not every legend is true. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight.
Very well, I'll let you on.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Thank you, Stan. I'm glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
We're done with that, and let's go to leave Lothering for our first place to travel. Lothering. 1, 2, 3, 6 quests. Everything we could do in Lothering we have done. Yes, get the reparting venture fort, yes.
Bad dreams, huh?
It seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Why didn't Duncan just tell everyone that?
He did. He said he felt the Archdemon's presence. Everyone just assumed he was guessing. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too.
You could have told me earlier.
I know, I've just been so distracted with the, massacre of all my friends and the war and all that. Sorry. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Okay. 1 hour and 40 minutes. We done all we could in loitering, and now we are at our camp. Everyone takes place somewhere in this camp. We see Striel, our dog, here. Alistair by the fire. Elena by the tent. And just standing somewhere in the middle. We have a quest in our camp. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed my walkthrough gameplay, let's play, whatever you wanna call it, up until now. And I hope you will join me next time. See you then.